Let's start today's compilation. Get this! Today we're making 3 quick, budget-friendly dinners ready in less than 10 minutes. That'll say. Let's start first of all with a delicious omelette made with just 1 ingredient, prepared in a very original way. This is your recipe. You can't miss it. Look how good that looks. It's incredible, so fluffy. Here we go.
Eggs and nothing else.
First step, the hardest one. Separate the egg whites from the yolks. Here we go. 2 different bowls, and as best as you can, you separate the egg whites from the yolks. Like this, moving it from one half of the shell to the other. Comes out super easy. Here we go. Be careful with the shells. That's it. And just like that, all set.
How many eggs? Well, it depends on how hungry you are. But for a pan, that's about 22 centimeters, 4 eggs. You can make it smaller with 2 eggs, an individual pan, and that's it. There it is.
Well, I already have my last yolk separated from my last egg white. There they are, and there they are. So, first step completed. Let's continue.
Recommendation. We will use a large bowl. Why? Because we are going to beat the egg whites until stiff peaks form. They'll grow so much that a small bowl will overflow. Call it a bowl, basin, or mixing bowl. Just make sure it's large.
Next step. Let's take the egg whites and beat them until stiff peaks form. Here we go. With electric beaters, it's super easy. It'll take us a couple of minutes with these double beaters. Maybe 3 minutes if you're using single beaters, not doubles. As you can see, some time has passed and it's thickening up. I think I've been at it for 30 or 40 seconds. It's already been almost 2 minutes. About 1.5 minutes. And that's how it is. It looks like it's done. But let's do the real test. If you turn it over, it doesn't fall. There it is. That means the egg whites are whipped to stiff peaks. Perfect.
Well, here we have our yolks separated.
It's a shame to break them. They're really beautiful. They look like they're smiling. But the omelette is going to look even better. For sure. Now it's time to get to work on these yolks. Now is the time to add a pinch of salt if you want. We beat them until we get a thick cream and it's going to be delicious. Besides the salt, which is optional.
Optional, you can add freshly ground black pepper. It's really good. Paprika for a spicy touch, also really good. And if you really want it to be spicy, add a chopped chili.
Alright then, the cream is ready. You see, the color has changed a bit. The shade is lighter. It's well blended. Super creamy, like a fruit puree. There you have it, so you can see it better. This is how it should look. Super creamy.
We're back with the egg whites, and we're gonna add these yolks to them. How are we gonna do it? Little by little. There it is. That's the first thing. Gentle folding movements so it doesn't deflate. And this beauty stays fluffy. So little by little, we keep mixing, always in a circular motion, always folding, until the yolk is more or less incorporated into the whites. Like this. When we have it ready, we'll add a little more, and so on. More or less 3 or 4 different additions. This one's done. There, a little more egg. I think that's good. We'll keep folding it in. Notice how it comes together. Look at the creaminess. And look at the omelette we're gonna make with this super fluffy mixture. It looks like a cloud. If you want to add more things to this omelette, the soufflé will deflate. I recommend that you wait and add it on top at the last minute while it's still hot, and it turns out fantastic. Melted cheese, a bit of ham,
avocado, whatever you want.
Before you put it on the heat, I recommend brushing your pan a bit with butter or olive oil. In my case, olive oil, which I think works better even if your pan is non-stick, because it will help keep the tortilla from sticking. It's not mandatory, it's not essential, but it helps. Just a drop right there. And then with a paper towel, with a cloth, a paper towel, or we spread it well with a brush. In this case, on the base and also on the sides. Why? Because it's a very thick omelet and we don't want it to stick to the sides either. Done. It took us very little time and we make sure it turns out well.
So let's start with the pan part. Put the pan over medium heat. We add all the mixture. You can see it's a lot. I think this pan is 22 centimeters. If the pan is 20, that works too. 20, 22, somewhere around there. We're going to spread the mixture all over the base of the pan, being careful not to press it down. And medium heat. 5 minutes covered. There it is. We'll wait 5 minutes, and after that time, we'll lift it. We take a look to see that it's already changed color underneath. And the egg is ready now. And now we just look for a way to fold it over itself. I'm going to separate it like this. I'm going to use another spatula to help me. Here. We lift it up more or less in the middle and fold it. There it is. Alright. Fantastic. We press there and we're going to seal the edge with the heat from the sides of our pan. We're gonna lift it up a little like this, so it closes on this side, it's cooking, and then we'll do the same on the other side, so that both sides are cooked evenly. And the outside stays nicely sealed. And that's it. Let's eat! Look at this fantastic soufflé omelet. I'm going to add a touch of parsley, although I've already told you that you can add almost anything to this. There it is. I'm gonna cut it as well so you can see the inside. Super fluffy and super juicy. There you have it. Made with just one ingredient. Super healthy, super fluffy, and super good. Quick and easy. Who can top that? Secondly, it only has 3 ingredients and your dinner is ready in no time. Really good. You have no idea what to make for dinner. Well, here you go. Ingredients. Potatoes. 1 potato is enough. We'll also need flour. 1 tablespoon of flour. And cheese. 1 cup. A good handful of cheese that melts well. In this case, mozzarella. Step number 1 of this great recipe. The potatoes. 1 potato per person is enough. Let's peel them. As you can see, they're medium-sized. They're not those huge potatoes either. Just peel it and then make sure it's nice and clean and well washed. And with the same potato peeler or a small knife, we're going to slice it like this. We need the slices to be super thin. There you have them. With a potato peeler, this goes really fast. A mandoline also works, which would be the standard way to get this cut. But be very careful with your fingers when using a mandoline. One time I gave myself a really bad cut. There you go. We need them this thin. Alright. Now, I have it completely sliced into thin slices. Now, I'm going to add a tablespoon of flour. Now, you have to use your hands and mix everything well. Make sure all the potato gets coated with the flour. It'll take you about 30 seconds. And if you had chosen a bigger bowl than mine, you'd have it ready in 10 seconds and nothing would have fallen out. Alright, it's ready. Let's go to the pan. A little bit of olive oil, just a splash. Don't overdo it, just a little, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. We're gonna spread it out really well with a wooden spoon or a brush, like I'm doing
There we go. And now we're going to pour all these potatoes into the pan. Turn the heat to medium and we spread it well over the entire surface of the pan. There it is, little by little. Take your time. It's going to be another 30 seconds at most. And make sure it covers the whole base of the pan. That's important. There we go. We'll wait 5 minutes. The potato will start to sweat and its color will have changed. So flip it over. And we'll also cook it on the other side. There it is. Very good. This is going great. And even though it might not seem like it, we're almost done. You can see how the potato is cooking because some parts are turning transparent and the color has changed to a super cute golden brown. Time for the cheese. We're going to use a cheese that melts well, in my case mozzarella. There it is. And we're going to put a good portion of cheese on 1/2 of our potato, which is cooking in the pan, just on 1/2. We'll use the other half to cover it. Remember, it's been cooking on this side for about 5 minutes. So we cover it. So the slices fold over the top. And they seal this wonderful cheese inside. There it is. Little by little. You already know I'm all thumbs, so if I can do it, you guys should be able to do it easily. There we go. Let's close it up. I've almost got it. Then we'll just have to cook until it's nicely browned on both sides. There we go. I'll wait a bit, checking occasionally to ensure it doesn't burn. And as soon as I think it's ready, I'll flip it over. 1, 2, 3, there we go. And I'll keep cooking it on the other side. You can flip it as many times as you want. The important thing is that it turns out just the way you like it. I mean, the potatoes should be nicely browned and the cheese inside should be well melted. I think I have very little left to do. I'm gonna put my hand in front of the camera. As always, what a klutz I am. Here it is, the result I want. Now it's ready. It's been cooked slowly on medium heat, so the potato is well cooked. It has this amazing golden color, and we just have to put it on an individual plate. Because this is a serving for one person. If you have more guests, you prepare more servings like this. You know, 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 potato, and a handful of cheese per person. A little bit of parsley to give it color, aroma, and flavor. Let's do it. An artistic touch, like a little tree made of curly parsley. A fantastic touch with ketchup, a tomato sauce that goes really well with it, and also mustard. A touch on each side, and the dish is ready. Easy, cheap, quick dinner with just 3 ingredients. Who can beat that? Riz. Here's the cross section, so you can see how juicy it is. All right, here I go. The cut, the camera, a steady hand, all at once. You can see how the cheese is melted, how it drips. Of course, if you like it with more cheese or a mix of different cheeses, go ahead. It turns out great.
Third, a super healthy dinner. 10 minutes. Baked eggs. Wow, spectacular. This is your recipe. Look how amazing it looks. What a final touch. Wow, you just want to dig in with your fork right now. Let's go with the ingredients. 4 eggs. Half a green bell pepper. 1 onion. 4 tomatoes. 2 cloves of garlic. Fresh parsley. Just a pinch. Paprika. A teaspoon of paprika.
Oregano, just a pinch of oregano. A touch of freshly ground black pepper. There goes. And here comes the olive oil. A good splash of olive oil. Let's start. It's going to be super easy. First, we finely chop the garlic. There we go. 1. And the other one, 2. This will take you about 30 seconds. Trust me, chop it really fine. Now to the pan. Overheat a drizzle of olive oil. We wait for it to start heating up and add the garlic we just chopped. We'll keep it there until it starts to brown. We'll do it over low heat, so we have time to work on the rest of the vegetables. We leave it on low heat and move on to the vegetables.
Well, let's start chopping all the vegetables, because that way we'll keep adding them directly to the pan when we need them, without the risk of burning one thing or another. I'm going to use this green pepper, half an onion, and sweet onion or red onion or purple onion. I'm not sure what you call it in your area. Let me know in the comments. Look how beautiful it is. Cool. So we chop up those 3 things, and that's it.
Yes.
Another set of 3.
The garlic is ready now. There it is sizzling away. It hasn't burned because we've kept it on low heat, and that gave us time to chop our onions and our green pepper. Everything goes in. We're gonna cook it all down gently. It'll take just a little while, about 3 minutes or so. That's how long it'll be. A pinch of salt so it sweats. And that's it. In the meantime, let's not waste those 3 minutes. Let's move on to the tomato.
We remove this part, the stem, which is called the peduncle. There. And this is the best way to grate them later, because we remove the hard part. Just grab the grater, little by little. We do it. And it comes out fantastic. Of course, you can skip the step of grating the tomato by buying crushed tomato. Will it taste just as good? Well, not exactly the same, because the fresh one is unbeatable. That's it. Little by little, we take out all the flesh from the tomato. All the inside, leaving only the skin, one after another. 4 tomatoes. When you finish, you'll have about this amount of tomato. A small plate. Well, this is ready now. Look at that. It's got that nice toasted color. Look at those colors. Wow, and it smells really good too. It cooked super fast. I think in a couple of minutes, it'll be ready. All right then, here it is. And now it's time for all this tomato, to which we'll add a pinch of salt. There. A little sugar, just a pinch to cut the tomato's acidity. Another good trick that my father always used was to add a splash of cooked tomato sauce. We'll add sweetness to the fresh tomato and it will turn out great. So it's up to you. In this case, I'm gonna add a pinch of salt and a pinch of sugar. And that's it. And we're also, que tampoco hay que pasar, add freshly ground black pepper, just a touch, don't overdo it. And a super aromatic touch of oregano. This is amazing. Dried oregano is really good. All right, let's stir it and let everything cook together so it all blends and so it turns out perfect. Here we go. Medium heat, now medium high.
Until the tomato cooks a little. Well, the dish is almost ready, and now I'm gonna prepare the eggs. I do it like this, each egg in a little cup. Why? Because I don't want shells. I don't want to crack them and put them directly in the pan and end up with a shell in there. So that's why I do it this way. Super easy. And they also go in really quickly. Here we go.
We make a little hole like this with a spoon. It doesn't have to be very deep. The first egg. Usually 1 egg per person.
You make a small hole, put it on top, and it cooks right there. If you're a beast like me, 2. With bread, it's delicious. And there you go.
There are 4 eggs. We can still move them a little bit if you want to center them or something like that. Okay? Alright, I think I'll leave them like that. We cover them and we're done. They'll take about 10 more minutes to be perfect.
Well, here I have my parsley, curly parsley. I love it. And I'm going to chop it to give our dish one last touch, or maybe the second to last, like this. I want it coarse, not too fine, so it's visible, so we can notice it. There it is.
It's only been a minute, and look, it's already starting to set. This is going to be a piece of cake. There it is. Perfect. That's how we want them. They've been in for just 10 minutes and look amazing. They're not fully set, so the yolk is fantastic and the rest. Wow! With the residual heat, they'll finish cooking and turn out perfect.
Well, our dish is almost finished. We take it to the table and add the last 2 ingredients. A touch of freshly chopped parsley and a touch of paprika.
The touch of paprika. This kind of eggs, which are almost cooked or soft boiled or something like that, always go well with a touch of paprika. To taste, sweet paprika or hot paprika. In this case, I like the punch that the spicy one gives. So that's the one I've chosen. You can tell me in the comments.
Well, it passes the test. Baked eggs, your quick and affordable breakfast or dinner ready in 10 minutes. Super healthy, quick and easy. You have to make it. You'll leave your guests speechless.
Well, that's it for today's show. Tell me in the comments which of the 3 recipes you like the most. I'll tell you right now, my favorite is the baked eggs. See you in the next video. Thanks for coming. Love you all. Bye.